Good afternoon, traders. It's Chris Buss from Traders Profit Compass with an afternoon update for excuse me, Tuesday, August 11th. Starting with the indexes, this morning there was a nice opportunity to buy on this dip down to tag 335.62. Kudos to you if you got it. You got a nice lift here. Up into the mid 337s. If you're not in, I think you got to wait till we can clear 338 or come back to this 335.62, 336 area. I think those are your objective tradable levels. Going on to the Qs, took a sharp dip lower, again testing this 267.87 level that held. We got a lift up to this pivot point of 270. It's been flirting with it most of the afternoon here. I think you got to stay bearish below 270. If it breaks above and can hold, I think you can buy it, but fangs are still looking pretty weak, and I want to stay to the bearish side as long as it's below 270 for either a move back down to this 268 level or an eventual fill of this gap. If price pops above and you're short, just cover and reload. IWM pushing up towards our 160. If you got in from lower levels, I think you're fine. You're doing well. I think right here, if you're not in, you've got to wait till it pops 160, and then that would be a great anchor point for a more of a duration trade on the long side against 160. If this value thing is for real and it's durable, I think you'll get that pop and have a chance to buy just above here. And like I said, then you can set your stop just below. If you've been long from lower levels, I think that would be a great place to ratchet up your stops, move up your strikes, and just kind of do a reset there above 160. And then we can look for 165, 167 and a half. Quickly going through FANG. Facebook took a dip, came back up, still below this 266.60, where I think you still got to lean bearish or neutral. I wouldn't want to see you take a long until we cleared this 266.60 level, and then the door would be open for a lift back up near the highs. Amazon, again, it's really respecting these levels. Came down again this morning, 3,100. Back to 3150 where it's been stonewalled, backing away from it again. So I really can't see going long until 3150 clears. So if you're in it, I would stay bearish against 3150. Apple's been soggy, came down as basically flatlined most of the day, pressing towards this 445, 443 area. I think it's kind of in no man's land right here. You've either got to get a touch of 443 that holds where you can go long, or if it breaks, you can go short and look for 430 down at the bottom of this box. But right here, more or less in no man's land from how I see it. Wait for this objective level to be tagged, and then you'll have a great entry point, or if it breaks, then you can jump to the short side. Microsoft, I was short, as I told you this morning, down here, was able to get out down here, down to 204s. I did try to reshort it, but it didn't really work, so I got out. So I'm not in Microsoft anymore. But if it does come down and break this 204, as we've been talking about, the target would then become 200 at the bottom of this box. So I don't think you can do anything with it right here. Again, there's not a real line to shoot against. If you bought this low, great, you got a good entry, then you can stay long. But if you're not in it right here, I think you got to wait until either the bottom of this gap is retagged down at 205, 204, or this swing high here at 208 and a quarter is taken out, and then you can shoot against that line and see if you can get a push to 211. Google came up a little bit here, not really doing a whole lot. Another gap entry that's failed so far. If it can clear 1505 and hold it, you've got a chance at a long here to fill up to 1538, but doesn't look very inspiring from my perspective. Let's see. Union Pacific got that pop. Of course, it gapped up. Didn't really give me a chance to get in this morning. If you did get it, you're doing good. You got a little lift here. You can stay long against 185. Same with Rockwell, though not as dramatic. I was taking a look at getting long and still may get long. I like this setup. Got a nice measured move target up to 255 or so. I still like this one long. Biotechs has fallen below. I don't have a position yet, but kind of sizing up a short. Trying to get a move down here with a stop just above 135. If that appeals to you, I think that's a decent little setup. This is a trade that I just sent you via email on CF Industries. It's ammonium nitrate fertilizer company. Kicking myself, I actually saw this yesterday and didn't take it. But I'm seeing a lot of buyers come in for the September 40s. It's a low probability trade. It's a cheap shot, 45 cents. But they have bought like 2,600 of them there, which is kind of the biggest trade on the board. So I'm going to try and ride their coattails on that. Honestly, it's probably an all or nothing trade. If it came back here, which is certainly possible. Those are going to drop in value pretty fast. So I didn't get a lot. I've only got 3 or 4. So not a big bet at all. But the ag input stocks are doing well. And I thought I would take a cheap shot at that. Duncan is a more high probability trade. You can see, I don't have it drawn in here, but we've got a little cup and handle working. Very similar to the Rockwell automation setup. We've got resistance right here below 272. So I'm looking out to September to the 272.5 calls. Looking for this to pop and then be able to run up into the 76, 78 area. I like that trade so far. If you're looking for stops, I would say below today's low or open right down here at like 69. I think is a reasonable place to put a stop. But like I said, if this value trade is real, that should go. Earnings for Dunkin' Donuts is right after September expiration, so we don't have that to worry about. And hopefully we will get a mini run into earnings if the market stays constructive. So I'm looking forward to that. I have been hunting other setups. Nothing has really grabbed me. I don't feel, urgently compelled to chase some of these that have popped already. If it's real, we're going to have time. If it's not real, then they'll be coming back. I have seen a lot of call selling on some of these names that have popped, and that's given me a little bit of pause about, just wholesale piling in. So I'm being a little bit cautious and I don't think that's a totally bad thing to be right now. Gold, I mean, what a move, what a trade. It's off 100. I had mentioned Friday that I had gotten short the 190s. I'm still sitting in those. I'll be out of those by the end of the day and possibly roll down. From the way I see it, you'll notice this huge volume over price gap here, this thin zone, and that's just from this parabolic move. So I really don't see any support coming in until like 175, possibly with the 50 EMA, or technical support coming in at 171. There may be a little reflex bounce here after being off so bad in the next day or so, but I think there's more to go, believe it or not, even with price being off, $100. So I think this is coming back, and I think it's going to be a great place for us to get long after these weak hands. Weak-handed longs are shaken out. I think we can come in here in the low 170s and take a shot on the long side for a more durable trade going forward. Same thing basically with GDX. We're down here to 39. I think that ultimately breaks, and we come in here to this 37 area, which was a prior high. I really like the idea of trying a long if and when the miners pull back into this 37 area. I think that would be a pretty objective place to take a shot on the long side. Okay, this has been Chris Buss with Traders Profit Compass. Hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck in the rest of your trading day. Thanks.